but I thought it would be fun to kind of show a web application in the context of a lab environment and show the agent exploit that lab environment and find a vulnerability in there. So one of the things that the agent can do with web applications is authenticate to them and then start to crawl the pages and fuzz and look for injection points. And so that's what we're seeing in this example. It's starting to crawl this sample app here and look for potential vulnerabilities. In this case, one of the more complicated vulnerabilities is a blind SQL injection where, it's a timing related issue. And so we're going to see the agent prosecute this target and run through a series of queries and see if it can spot the timing issues in the requests.
It's interesting. I see right here that we've already completed the recon phase against it. We're starting to select various tooling and modifying what tools we plan to use based upon what we saw in recon.
That's right. Yeah. So we're past that recon phase. Now we're selecting our toolkit. We're moving into the specialized attack section of the agent workflow, and it's starting to spin up in parallel a bunch of different tasks to start to prosecute that target. Next up, we're going to see it attempt a bunch of requests and start to see what looks normal and what looks abnormal. And a lot of the behaviors that, we are expecting the agent to identify are things that we train pen testers on. So, we're training these agents, so very similar to how we train a human pen tester. If we were training them to become a specialist at spotting these types of vulnerabilities, and the agents are getting quite good at these things. While this is a somewhat trivialized example for the purpose of a demo, testing these in the wild, it's finding a lot of vulnerabilities that would have taken humans quite a long time to find. And some of our advanced pen testers have been running the agents side by side, and they're finding it's super helpful at finding things faster than them. And just one example, one of our pen testers was saying, this probably would take me 4 or 5 hours. The agent did it in about 20 minutes. So it's a pretty great time savings, especially if you think about, you're also offloading that work to the agent and letting it do its thing. So you could run many of these at the same time. And that's exactly what Sara Pentest does during its workflow, is it's prosecuting that target in parallel with a bunch of different tools and a bunch of different specialized agents, and then yielding results at the end.
Yeah, you can see all the different sub-agents kicking off, running tools, getting feedback, feeding it back in, running the next series of tools based upon kind of trial and error.
Let's skip forward to the end and see how it performs, see if it solved the lab.
All right, we've been letting the pen test run for quite a bit of time. I think we're nearing the end of the execution cycle of it. Let's see what it ultimately turns out to be, or what the outcome is after it's run against this web app for a while. Looks like it's running its final task. It's trying to build out its final report.
It solved the lab. Look at that.
Did solve the lab. Not only that, if I'm reading this correctly, the blind SQL injection was successful. It was able to extract the administrator username and password. Is that accurate statement there, Mark?
Yep. Full compromise right there.
That's very promising. It's going to be very interesting to see this deployed at scale across customer environments to look for those vulnerabilities.